You've been stranded thousands of miles from home, devoid of money or possessions. Such a situation might lead many to despair and lament their misfortune. However, for Zeno of Cyprus, this experience laid the groundwork for his life's work and enduring legacy. A prosperous merchant at one point, Zeno lost everything when he was shipwrecked in Athens around 300 BCE. With little else to occupy his time, he wandered into a bookshop, became fascinated by texts on Socrates, and sought out the city's renowned philosophers to study with them. As Zeno began teaching his own students, he developed the philosophy known as Stoicism, whose principles of virtue, tolerance, and self-control have inspired countless thinkers and leaders. The term Stoicism is derived from the Stoa Poikile, a decorated public colonnade where Zeno and his followers convened for their discussions. Today, we often describe someone who remains composed under pressure and avoids emotional extremes as Stoic. While this captures key elements of Stoicism, the original philosophy encompassed much more than just an attitude. The Stoics believed that everything operates within a web of cause and effect, creating a rational structure of the universe they called logos. Although we may not control the events affecting us, we can control our responses to them. Instead of imagining an ideal society, the Stoic seeks to navigate the world as it is, pursuing self-improvement through four cardinal virtues. Practical wisdom, the ability to approach complex situations logically and calmly. Temperance, the practice of self-restraint and moderation. Justice, treating others fairly even when wronged. And courage, facing daily challenges with clarity and integrity. As Seneca, one of the most notable Roman Stoics, wrote, "Sometimes, even to live is an act of courage." While Stoicism emphasizes personal development, it is not a self-centered philosophy. In an era when Roman law regarded slaves as property, Seneca advocated for their humane treatment, emphasizing our shared fundamental humanity. Stoicism also does not endorse passivity. Rather, it suggests that only those who have cultivated virtue and self-control within themselves can effect positive change in others. One of the most renowned Stoic writers was also one of Rome's greatest emperors. Over his 19-year reign, Stoicism provided Marcus Aurelius the fortitude to lead the empire through two major wars and cope with the loss of many of his children. Centuries later, Marcus's writings would offer guidance and comfort to Nelson Mandela during his 27-year imprisonment in his fight for racial equality in South Africa. After his release and eventual triumph, Mandela emphasized peace and reconciliation, believing that while the past's injustices couldn't be undone, his people could confront them in the present and work toward a more just future. Stoicism thrived as an active school of philosophy for several centuries in Greece and Rome. Although it eventually faded as a formal institution, its influence persists today. Christian theologians, including Thomas Aquinas, have admired and incorporated its focus on virtues. There are parallels between Stoic ataraxia or tranquility of mind and the Buddhist concept of nirvana. A particularly influential Stoic, the philosopher Epictetus, asserted that suffering arises not from events themselves but from our judgments about them. This idea has significantly influenced modern psychology and the self-help movement. For instance, rational emotive behavioral therapy focuses on changing self-defeating attitudes about life circumstances. Similarly, Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, informed by his experience as a concentration camp prisoner, is based on the Stoic principle that we can use our willpower to find meaning in life, even in the direst situations.